Hello? It's been a while. So, Sammy. Yeah, I'm doing these inside for a little while, so I'm probably not going to get many Sammy shots of him walking in the background. Sammy, let's get a Sammy shot. Here's your big head. Okay. Away with you, beast. What are you doing, Sammy? Anyway, I haven't done one of these in a while. Like a week. The last one took a lot of fucking work. These videos don't usually take a lot of work. I usually just do it in one shoot and take it down. But what happened with this last one, the last one, I had filmed it all in one shoot outside, and I took it inside, and it only had recorded it on my tablet. It was so weird because like it said that this video is 1 hour and 53 minutes long. I was like, okay, good, it got all of it. And then when I uploaded it, in the middle of uploading it to YouTube, I was toying around with my tablet and just kind of playing it to myself, just seeing like, I don't know. I kind of give, I don't really watch my own videos, but like I'll skip around to kind of see like, I don't know if there's audio problems or anything. I know at one point in one of my other videos I had to cut a chunk out because there was rain. It was raining and I had to get my, like rain had gotten like in some of the sound parts of my tablet, and it was just sounding like this for a while. It was just all muffled and sounding like this. And I had to cut that part out. So I was checking for things like that. And I noticed, wait, this video is only like 45 minutes long. So I canceled the upload, watched it again. I was like, okay, it only stopped. It says it's only, or it says it's the full length, but it only captured like half of it or a third of it. And it only captured a portion of it. And I was like, oh, fuck. Because before all this, I think I showed you those notes I made for the video, right? So, and it was like, I would show you, and it was like scrolling through like a Facebook feed or an Instagram feed. It just went forever. The notes just went forever. And each one of those was a bullet point. Each one of those was a story I had to elaborate on. And it took me 2 days of my spare, 2 days. And in my spare time, in those 2 days, I would write out all that stuff. And I had to remember what order it all happened in. I think I got it right. I had to remember certain details. I had to basically relive it. And it was something that I've kind of erased from my memory, like a rape memory. And it was just gone. And I had to like really relive it. And then I had to record it. So 2 days of making notes and making like a loose script for it, and then 1 day of recording it. Okay, I was like, okay, I can do this, I got it. And then this piano falls on my head. And I was kind of heartbroken. I was really heartbroken. I was just like, I need to talk to someone immediately, so I just start texting my mom frantically. I'm just like, she's like, it's okay. She didn't really have any solutions for me, but she still like was like, just calm down. I'm like, okay. So I immediately later in the day, I re-record the second half of the missing half of the video, and then I spliced it onto the first half. So the video went first half, second half, and I kind of played it for myself. And this video is like 2 hours at this point. And I didn't watch the whole thing, but I just watched where the first half ended and the first half began. And my energy in the second half is considerably lower. And I was just like, and then this happened, and then that happened, and somebody said this to me, and I don't know, because I had just recorded for 2 hours. You know, that's a story that takes a lot out of me. It's not something I like. It's not something I like repeating out of story. I made that video mostly just to, like, if anybody asks me what the hell happened for the year I was missing from my life, I'll be like, YouTube link, watch that. It'll explain pretty much everything. So then the next day I just re-record the whole thing. So I've recorded this thing 3 times. It has taken 4 days. I don't know. It was horseshit. The final thing I came up with that I ultimately uploaded was better than the first time that I recorded it. I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful that it came out better than it would otherwise. But that first time I was just like, I did that all in one sitting. I was like shaking my tablet like, no. And man, there's some stuff I left out of that story actually on purpose, because like I kind of felt like it was long enough as it was. There are things that I didn't want to include into the story, but I felt needed to be said. Like the spider egg part, when the person is like cutting open their own body and pulling out parts of fat and tissue and skin, and then I'm supposed to like hold it and bag it. I didn't even want to bring that up, but I just wanted to, I thought it would be a good highlight as to like, it was just another like slap in the face to the audience of like, that's how fucked up it was. Kind of like, it really highlighted some things. It really highlighted the extent that the sister would go to. I don't know. Those are everything I named, and everything I said in the video stands true. But like, there are some little things, little stories that like work-related stories. I had a really weird job when I worked there. I worked at a bread factory. A lot of weird stuff happened there. Some of it bad, some of it funny. I was like one of the very few English speakers there, which is fine. You know, they could be fun sometimes. They were a little racist, but ultimately there is like a lighthearted racist. I don't know. I don't know if that's me being an apologist for racism, or my point is I didn't let it distract me from my work. And one of the things, so we'd play the 80s station on overhead, and one of the songs that would come on was "Hungry Like the Wolf," and they would all hum it in unison. They didn't speak English, but they would just they'd all hum it. But then when it would get to, they would all sing "Hungry Like the Wolf." They would all sing that part. And it made me laugh every time. That song came on like every other day. And I'm trying to think of what else happened. I'm done talking about the bad stuff. I'll go into like some of the funny stuff. Like for instance, the sister. So my name is Kurt Simmons, right? The sister would call me Cunt Siemens. Yep, Cunt Siemens. And so yeah, that's a story I have. Like, yeah, a girl on heroin once called me Cunt Siemens. Those are my those are some years of my life, or a year of my life. Um, I remember. Um, oh, so I would constantly be holding this baby, as I've probably drilled into you guys a lot so far, and so I'm unfamiliar with kids and how they like, especially infants. I'm I don't really understand. I didn't really understand like the mechanics of them, like what, if you let, you can't let, you have to hold their head up, otherwise it just kind of like, like it just, they have like no, they have a neck, but they don't really have like, like anything to like, hold their head up, and they've got like, and that's all babies are. They're just heads, right? Because they haven't really grown into their bodies, so they a lot of their weight goes into their head. And I had known that they had a soft spot. I knew that. I knew that, but oh god, go down. Um, I knew that when one of the first times I was holding this kid, it was asleep. I remember this kid was asleep. This baby was asleep, and I was holding it, and it was a nice time. I was just watching. I was just like, I don't know, just kind of watching what was going on in the room and holding the kid, and people were talking, and then I looked down and I noticed something on the top of its head. I don't know how to explain it. Like imagine this is, imagine if this is the top of their head. It just went, and I was like, what the fuck? It was like pulsating. And they're like, oh, it's okay, it's just a soft spot. I was like, I knew they had a soft spot. I didn't know it was gonna like, I didn't know it was gonna like, I don't know what the word is. But like, I didn't know it was gonna move. You know? So, I don't know, that's not really a story, I guess. It's just kind of like a thing that happened. Um, but yeah, that whole relationship, um, I felt like, I don't know what the title of this job is called, but, like those people that like dress, put makeup and dress up dead bodies at funerals to kind of make them look less dead, so that they're, they could be presented at like an open casket funeral, and you can see them laying there, and they just put, they put a bunch of makeup on them, put a dress or tux on them or something or whatever, and do their hair, and pinken up their lips again. And I felt like that in the relationship. I was just like dressing up the relationship to look like less dead. um, I don't know what her side of the story is, but I felt like I was the glue in the relationship. I felt like I was the thing. I was like what was like keeping everything together. Um, and I know that sounds, silly of me to say, because like Well, of course you're gonna say that, Kurt. Yeah, that's what everybody thinks in their relationship. But like, you know, when you break up with somebody, like, yeah, I was the only one pulling my weight. But I don't know. Maybe she did. I don't know. I don't really want to talk to her to find out what her side of the story is. But let me see if I can find something. Whoops. So I had said in my last video, I think it was the last one, that there were a bunch of like, so like when we broke up, I'm trying to find my words here, sorry. When we broke up, or when I left her, excuse me, I turned off my phone and turned off Facebook and all that. I turned it back on about a week and a half later, and I posted these to Facebook, but I find out she's like telling her side of the story, and like it just does not fit with mine, and it's just like. And then she also sent me a bunch of texts, like a bunch of like Facebook messages. I can show you some of them, but I have to like cover up the name and probably the picture too. Let's see if I can do it. Fuck. I don't know. It's like, she says, please talk to me. Please, hold on. Yeah. Please talk to me. Please talk to me. What happened? I'm so scared. Please call me, please. I'm sorry. I love you. Meow. Are you mad at me? Are we broke up? Kurt, man up. Are we broke or not? Punk bitch. Can you please man up? Say yes, it's over. Don't be a bitch. And then I guess I got a missed call from her on Facebook. I really thought you were more of a man than this. Wow, you had so much potential, so much. I never wanted you to choose. I told you to stay, but you left me because you couldn't even handle me being gone for a week. A weaker man than I had thought. A man I'm not even sure is the right word anymore. A man wouldn't have... That one's kind of nonsensical. I can't really understand that one. You had so much potential. You threw it all away. I'm here and you won't even talk. I loved you. I still do. I don't want the end, but you've made it clear. You're so dumb. Change your status. I like this part. Change your status. It needs done. Who talks like that anymore? It needs done. Pussy. You're so dumb. Man up. And then she sends me a video of herself crying, saying I'm sorry and a bunch of shit. And she says, you're pathetic. Hypocritical liar. Can you at least tell me why? I deserve at least that. You made me think we were okay. I deserve to know why. Please, Kurt, I'm dying over here. My heart is shattered. Tell me why. And then I basically typed this long thing, basically saying what was in that video. Just laying into her, just like, you fucked up. Like, you and your family are fuck-ups. And you should be ashamed. You're horrible. All of you. I don't ever want to see you again. You're gone from my life. Out of here. Erased. You're done. I've dated you 3 times in 6 years? There was 2009 to 2010, and there was like 2012, and then there was 2014 through 2015. I've given all the chances. I've tried to help you. You don't want help. You meant a lot to me, but I don't know. I couldn't really show you those. I don't know. If anybody wants to see them, I'll make an edited version of them where it's just like I cover up the. I don't want this person's name to be released. I don't want her picture or anything about her. I don't, like. So. Yeah, leaving that relationship, I will never not regret that day. It felt like I had to throw a grenade into my own life. And then she goes off dating somebody. A close friend of mine said that she was friends with her for a long time, just to kind of like see what she was up to, and like, because I didn't want to be friends. I just blocked her on Facebook, but like a friend of mine said, I'm friends with her still on Facebook, and I kind of see where she's working, kind of like see what she's up to, and she's had like, I don't know, she's dated a bunch of guys and people, like I don't know, just she's dated a bunch of people since then, and I've dated one girl. This is girlfriend 8. Dated 8 of them. It's weird skipping from 4 to 8, but I dated 4 I'm doing it in order that they entered my life. 4 is from... I met girlfriend 4 10 years ago. And, they still retain their numbers. And, but 8, she was a really sweet girl. She was a lot younger than any of my other girlfriends. I think she was 19 and I was 26, which is the largest age difference I've ever had in a relationship. And her mom really liked me. I really liked her mom. She had some pit bulls. I was definitely I had to be honest. I was definitely afraid of pit bulls for the longest time. And when I met these ones, I felt really bad that like I had generalized them for so long, because these ones are really sweet. But I'm one of those people that's afraid of pit bulls. I don't want them gone. I still have like some childhood stuff that went on with pit bulls that like I try to get over, and I don't know. These puppies were really good. They helped me get over that. And I don't know. She was really good to me. I remember we had we'd go to dates to like the Halloween store. We had a big Halloween store that's not here anymore. In Wasilla, and it's like a mall, and it's so great, and it was open almost not quite year round, but I think it opened, I don't know, it was open for like 5 months a year, 4 or 5 months a year. And I remember we'd go there quite frequently. I don't know, I've found that like the boring relationships are usually the best ones, because that's, for me at least, I'm a boring person. I don't really, I'm not like a triathlete or anything. I'm not looking to go I mean, like I'll hike sometimes, but like I'm not looking to be super crazy. I'm not looking to skydive. I'm not looking to drink. I'm not looking to bar hop. I just want to stay home and, I don't know, cuddle on the couch or something. And she matched this description. And she was really sweet. She, some problems came up pretty soon after. I thought I was ready for another relationship. This was about a year after, about a year after the previous video. And I had I thought I was ready, and I quickly found out that, like, nope, I'm not ready. It was so horrible. The things I don't think I said anything fucked up to girlfriend 8, but I should have treated her better. I was like ghosting her. I wouldn't talk to her for a few days. Um, there was one day where she came over and was really like worried about me because I had told her some of the stuff about past relationships and what, just things that had been going on in my life at the time, and they really brought me down. And there's one time where she came over. She was so worried about me. I've never had anyone do this. She came over and came to my house, and she was outside on my front porch, and all my doors were locked. She went around to the back, all the doors were locked, and I had my phone. I was watching her text pop up one at a time, like, "Hello, are you okay?" Like, and like, "Do you need to talk? I'm outside." I brought coffee, and I was just kind of like in my bed, just kind of like, I don't know what I'm doing anymore. And I felt so bad for, like, when she left finally. She's like, "Well, okay, I'm leaving." And I felt so bad still. And I don't know. I didn't have much of a sex drive. I still don't. It's kind of come back a little bit, but like, at the time I felt nothing when it came to that. And so like I couldn't even do like that for her, and I don't know. I don't know what happened. We just stopped talking, and we're no longer friends on Facebook, and I haven't talked to her in a while. I don't really know what happened. I think she's with some other guy, and I hope that she's, and I don't mean to sound like, well, I hope she's happy. I don't mean to sound like one of those. I honestly, she deserved better than a broken me. Um, but yeah, she was really cool. She listened. I don't know. She had a lot of what I needed. I just wish I met her earlier in my life. I wish she was girlfriend 4, is basically what I'm saying. Um, Now with dating, man, I don't even know where to start because, like, I'm so sick of the first date. "Hi, how are you? Hi, how are you? I'm so and so. I'm Kurt, and let's meet up and let's talk, and we'll meet each other." And in the back of each other's minds, we're both knowing, like, this person has some fucked up baggage probably, and it's not going to work out. It's doomed to start. It's doomed from the start, and then it's going to be all nice and at first, and then it's going to turn into, we're going to get sick of each other, and we're going to try to put up with each other's habits and mannerisms and things that they do, and speech patterns, and and then they crunch real loud when they eat or something. I'm just thinking of things, but like, all those things start to grind on you, and then that they're probably feeling the same thing about you, like you're probably withering away on them, and I'm so sick of the first date because that's where I know it's going to go. I'm just looking across. I'm like, like having like a coffee date with somebody, and I'm looking across the table, and I can't help but feel that like I'm gonna hate this person someday. This person's gonna hate my guts. You know, like like on Tinder or any other dating site, there's that joke where like I see so many. I don't know if guys do it because I don't really look for guys on dating sites, but I know females do it where they'll say it's the little joke they'll add in their bio. They'll be like, "I'm just here looking for my future ex-husband," and that's honestly. I used to be like, that's so pessimistic. And now I'm just like, me too. So, yeah, man, the first date, it all starts there. It all starts with that first message saying, like, hey, I think you're cute. Want to meet up? It all starts with that. I don't know. I don't really want to, like, I don't want to bring this, like, I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Like, I don't know. Back to me, basically, like, this weird thing that I do when I ghost people. I don't know. I have a theory that I learned it from girlfriend one, but I'm also somebody that, most of the time I take responsibility for my actions. I try to, I try to blame myself when it needs done, and it's kind of the only way I know how to deal with things. Like, I just walk away, like, and everyone in my life is so used to it now, like me not returning calls. Like, I don't return calls, I don't return texts. I'll like, I'll just leave someone. Ask any of my friends, I've done it to them. I'll just leave their world for months. And it's so fucked up that I do it to people, and I hate it. Like, I hate that I do it. There's so many other things that I do. I don't know. And I don't want to bring this into anybody else's life. Like when I was talking about dating, I don't want to. That's another thing, is like I'm sitting across the table from somebody that I'm going to meet, or that I've met, excuse me. I've met them, and it's just like me thinking, like, they're going to find out that I do some of these things. And it's going to suck that I do these things to them. And if I'm going to be with somebody, I'd like to make their life a little better. I'd like to make them laugh. I'd like to be thought of fondly. I'd like to be a net positive in their world. And I can't be that. Everything in my eyes is a failure. I wake up every day and I just think of just failures on my mind. And nobody wants to hear that. Even if it's true, nobody wants to hear it. Like, even in the cases of where things are fucked up and things are shitty, whether they are or aren't, I'm still gonna bitch about them, and nobody wants to hear that. So I haven't dated since 2016, and I don't really plan to. I still talk to women. I don't know. I'm just scared to death of like what they're gonna do to me and what I'm gonna do to them. You know, and also like what they're not gonna do for me and what I'm not gonna do for them. Just I don't know if it's gonna be anything like some of my past things. I don't want it. I don't want to flip the coin anymore. I don't know. Ugh. I don't know. I want to date. Like, I don't know, like, girls flirt with me sometimes, and it's not all the time, but I can tell when it's going on most of the time when it's happening. And I've thought, like, maybe I should give it another go. Like, I've spent enough time being single that this is probably a good thing, but then the the damaged tape in my head replays again, and I'm just like, fuck no. That's the last thing I need. Not just because of what exes have done to me, but because I finally understand how hard I am to deal with sometimes. And if I date this girl who's messaged me on my inactive dating profile, and we meet up for coffee, and and then we relive that now tedious first date that I've had to do over and over, I'll have to explain myself again and everything that comes with me yet again for another girl, and it'll be embarrassing as I tell and we'll both be happy and bubbly, but deep down I know she's got some fucked up baggage of her own. Maybe things will take off, but I've already done all this. And whether or not this girl is different from the rest, this is what I am now, and this is probably what she's gonna get. Like, sex is the same way, like I said, like, I don't even want it anymore, I feel. Well, like I want it, but I just don't feel like, I don't really have that, like, go out and do it kind of, like, drive. Like, I don't know how to explain it. I'm not saying I'm not willing to work for, not willing to put in the work, to like, to obtain it. But like, I don't really have the drive. I don't really have the drive to, I don't know how to explain it. Like, it's turned into this meaningless drudgery that sparks nothing in me now. It's just another thing I've lost interest in recent years. And like I said, I'll start to grate on her nerves. She'll start to annoy me, and it's doomed. And then I'll be broken up again and looking at the ceiling, wondering what happened and why I am this way and why, or I don't know, and I don't know, and they'll say like, Kurt, you're so fatalistic. You gotta take a chance, but you gotta live a little in the moment. And I just can't seem to think in those terms. I'm always so far in the future or way back in the past. I'm never right here. It seems like I'm just the complete opposite of most people. Like, they move on, most people move on from things with ease, it seems. They're able to just go with the things as they come, and they're resilient and unbreakable, and even though they've dived face first into situations that and come out with student debt and bad credit, severe injury, unwanted pregnancies, divorce, and they come out so much more ahead somehow, seemingly. Like, I don't, like, and then there's somebody like me who spends life looking at it like, I look at life like a chessboard, and I'm just trying to forever make my move, like contemplating on, like, just like wondering what I should do next now, and meditating on how to approach a situation with some level of caution. And it's almost like not paying attention to precedent or what's likely to happen seems to be a far more successful approach. It seems like not giving a fuck is a more successful approach. And I don't get it. I don't even know what I'm talking about right now. I don't know. I wish I was one of those stupid people that could look at every situation and think more more than one step ahead, because then I'd be a whole lot happier, I think. If I just blindly just went. But then again, that's how lives are ruined. I don't know. The numbers don't add up. I just I don't know. Let me see if I have any stories to read. Let's move on. This is fun. I don't know how old I was. I might have been about 19. And there was a really cute girl at a movie theater, working at a movie theater. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to be really smooth. You know what I'm going to do? I don't have any garbage right here with me, but like I had like a candy bar I had bought earlier in the movie. And I came out to refill my drink. Or no. Oh yeah, that's what it was. I came out to refill my drink. And I wasn't sure how to ask her out. I wanted it to be a very distinct way of asking her out. Like, I wanted her to think like, wow, I've never been asked out like that before. So what I did was I had a candy bar wrapper in my pocket. I took it out and I wrote my phone number, and I wrote something else, but I just wrote like a bunch of like, hey, you're cute. I wrote my name, I wrote my phone number, and I refilled my drink. I waited in line. She refilled my drink, and I said, oh, by the way, can you throw this away for me? And I didn't have it bunched up, but I had it out. And I remember saying, it was face up, so like she could read what it was saying. You could see my number. It was face up, and I said, hey, can you throw that away? And like, she goes, oh, okay. And I'm just standing there, and she's like, do you need anything else? I'm like, nope. And I'm just like, the whole time, like, fuck! I tried. I tried so hard and got so far. But in the end, she just threw my number away. Fuck me. That's a short story. How about a double dicker? Where's the other one? Where's another one? These are all boring. These are all just like political rants. Who gives a shit? Yeah, who gives a shit about those? Let's talk about real things. I've been looking at Juggalo weddings recently. Or not recently, like earlier in the year. I do this thing where I scour the internet for some weird thing. If you don't know what a Juggalo is, if you've been living under a Dwayne Johnson for a long time, if you don't know what a Juggalo is, look it up. You'll laugh. Pause the video. Look up Juggalo. Juggalo. What is a Juggalo? So, ICP's never been something I could get into. I used to listen to a lot of weird music. In fact, I embrace that kind of like weirdness and experimentalness and just, overly violent. I don't know. It can be fun. If done the right way, it can be fun. I don't think ICP was done the right way, or at least it wasn't made for me. And Juggalo weddings, if you're not going to Google what a Juggalo is, basically it's, you might have seen them. They're the face paint, and they're like clowns, or they think they're clowns, and they're like hillbilly, like gangster hillbilly hoodlums who pour orange soda down their pants. So, I don't know, they're just basically just like, it's like goth rap for white people. And the kind of people that this music breeds, is a whole other level of just like weird cringe. So, I don't know how I got into this, but Juggalo weddings. And what they would do, I don't even know how to start this. If you don't know what a Juggalo is, I don't know how to whatever, just Google it. And then come back and listen to my story. Okay, here's my story. Here are my findings. It would usually be in a lawn, in like somebody's lawn, somebody's back or front lawn, and there'd be like mismatched lawn chairs, mismatched fold-up chairs, all in a row, and it's supposed to be a wedding, and my nose itches, and the bride and groom are both in face paint, and so is the minister or whatever, whoever, the pastor, I don't know, I'm blanking on that term right now. The person doing the wedding, and everybody's in fucking face paint, everybody who wants to, and they'll be like, and do you take this fine bitch as your lawful wedded wife, and do you and do you promise to whenever them fat titties need a slapping, you pour that fucking Faygo down her shirt and say whoop whoop, and everybody he's like, I does, and he's like, and do you take him to be your lawful wedded husband, and and do you promise to put those fat fucking titties in his face? And she's like, I does. And it's just like, it's just like, what the fuck is this? So, and they, oh my God, they actually all do the whoop whoop. And it's like, like everybody in the crowd, whoop whoop. And oh my God, it's so bad. In about half of these videos, there's old people, and it's supposedly the, you know, the young couple's parents in the audience. I don't know what you call the audience of a wedding. I just call it the audience. In the audience, there's like these old people. You can see like the back of their head, they're balding. You can tell that they're older, and they're not in the face paint, and they're just like, I just imagine their face is just like, what is this? You know, like, I survived the war for this. I survived cancer. It's like, I imagine like, oh my God, I'm gonna fight through this cancer. I'm gonna fight through this war. I'm gonna see my daughter or my son's wedding. It's gonna be beautiful. And then they get there and it's just like, and everybody's just like, whoop whoop, my ninja. And I'm just like, what is this? I haven't watched it in a while, but like, I watched so many that I learned some of the terminology that they use. And, oh man. Oh, and at the end of the wedding, some of them, they'll be like, if it's an outdoor one, people will dump Faygo on the bride. And then one of them had like, and then one of them had the groom motorboat the Faygo out of the bride's chest. And yeah, it was just like, so yeah, those are my Juggalo findings. Oh man. Blah, 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 blah. I'm just looking for more shit. I don't know. I'm done with this, actually. I'm about done. I have this story, actually. I'll close on this story right after my back cracks. Okay. And so there was in 2012 there was about a 6-month period that I did not date. I kind of pursued a couple women, and this is one of them. Didn't quite end up being a relationship. She wasn't a girlfriend, so she's not going to get a number or a girlfriend title. So I don't know what I'd call her. I don't know. I'll just call her or she, since there's only one her or she in this story. So 2012, I had just gotten out of a relationship with, might have been girlfriend 4. I don't know. I just got done dating somebody. I was living in Anchorage. And I met a girl online, and whose name I'm not saying, and she lived in Wasilla. Like, I live in Wasilla now, but at the time I lived in Anchorage. So we were about 60 miles apart, give or take. And we talked for a little while. Eventually I drove out to Wasilla and hung out with her. We had a good time. I had only met her once. We watched a movie at her house. We walked around Walmart or some grocery store. We walked around. It wasn't much of a date. It was just kind of like a, let's find a place to walk around, or let's find a movie and we just talk over it. I don't know. We did share a kiss, and I don't know. The date isn't really noteworthy. It's not really the big part of the story. It happened. There was a small kiss, and then so I drove home, and we continued talking for about a week. And 1 week after, here, I just have it right here. Actually, hang on. I have it right here. 1 week after I met her, I get a phone call. I get a phone call from an unknown number, and I answer it. And it's this rage-fueled guy on the other end. And he's telling me about, like, what does he say? And he screams at me for several minutes, saying things like, "I'll kill every motherfucker. I'll kill every motherfucker. I'll kill you both." I don't know who the both is. I don't know who this guy is, but somebody called me somebody called me and says that he's going to kill everybody, and he's going to kill me and one other person. He's going to kill us both. He said, "I'll kill you both." And eventually, okay, so and then like he talks about how he was in the military or something, because they like to talk about, they'll let you know. And I figure out that he knows this girl somehow, because he name drops her at one point. He says her name. I'm like, wait a minute. Is this like her boyfriend or husband or something? Was she trying to get with me behind his back? But I couldn't get any words in. I'm just saying, if I had my way, I'd be like, dude, if I stepped over any line, I apologize. Here's what happened. I was contacted by her, like I couldn't get a word in. I thought she was single. I don't know. I couldn't get a word in. Here's a fucked up thing though. Where is it? And he just keeps screaming like, "I'll kill you both. I'll kill you both." And eventually I hear a woman in the background laughing. And she takes the phone, and it's this girl. She takes the phone and she says, "Yeah, I like a big cock in uniform." She says, "I like a big cock in uniform." She's like laughing while the guy's still in the background like screaming like, "I'll kill everybody." And then the guy takes the phone back and says, "I'll kill you back." She says, he takes the phone back from the girl. He says, "Yeah, I'll kill you both." And she's still laughing. Like, what is she laughing about? He's threatening you. She's threatening us. Or he's threatening us both. Like, what's going on? "I'll kill you both." He takes the phone like, "Yeah, I'll kill you both." And then he says, "She's my fuck. Die of AIDS, faggot." And then I was about ready. I was done. I was weirded out. So I quickly say, "Die in a third world shithole, bootlicker," and I hung up. So, yeah, I have bad taste in chicks. And when I talk about like all these bad relationships I've had, not all of them have been bad. Girlfriend 3 was fantastic. Girlfriend 8, she was really good to me. I fucked it up. I fucked both. The ones that were good to me, I fucked up. I'll take that hit. And when I try not to come off as like a guy that like, "Oh yeah, all women are just dumb sluts, and they just want my money and my dick and my shit and all my fucking, they just want to take over." and commandeer my life, just and tell me what to do, and I'm my own man. I try not to be like that. Have all women in the world hurt me? Absolutely not. Are they all like that? Nope. I'm just saying it's the ones that I seem to find. Something about me, I attract a certain personality. Somehow, something I'm doing attracts a certain personality within to me. And I'm still trying to figure out how to change it. What I need to do to attract different personalities, better personalities, more healthy personalities, just more pleasant people to be around. I still haven't really figured out what I need to do, but I'm willing to make most changes. Anyway, this has gone on long enough.